What is up, guys?
Yes.
King of Cards. Welcome
What
back
is
to
it?
another video of King of the Old Republic. Is something wrong?
I have been bothered by something of late.
What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child? I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling.
Taurus. You're hitting on me. No, we're not gonna do that. What?
I have been wrestling with my feelings inside, trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine.
What are you saying?
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastilla. Taris, my homeworld.
Sorry, Jahani. I did not know.
If it were not for you and Bastilla, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastilla. Without your
What would you have had me
intervention,
done?
the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood. Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
Sorry, Jahani. There was no way to prevent it.
I know. I suppose I realized that. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
I guess you're right. It will be alright, Jahani.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now.
Trivial? Lost your fucking. I never said that shit was trivial.
Yes.
Hold on.
I was remembering Taris.
I am sorry, Jahani.
No, it's all right. I think I am over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not your fault. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated.
Excuse me.
Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
And those rat ghouls.
There was always the danger of raccoons coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
How could such a government last?
It did not. But only because of the Jedi who came. It was very bad. We had no money to spare for any amenities. Even the Enclave on Dantooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human. The
Cool.
Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order, the one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians, she was human. I am
Quadra.
sorry. I am getting away from my point, if there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris, but then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
Fled? Fled from where?
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. to save the galaxy if we can.
I remembered something about our homeworld being destroyed, but I thought it was blown up by Mandalorians. I did not know she was about to start blaming me for that shit. Ain't no fucking way. Hold up. No words. Give me a second. I'm learning a lot of new shit. Hold on a moment.
How may I be of assistance?
Wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Nothing for now. Perhaps later. Okay, yeah. Johnny's done for now. Jolie, I want to hear something on you real quick.
Do you?
Anything about this place?
No more than you. Get going.
You don't know about Tatooine?
Oh, I get
okay.
it. Let's play.
Mission, is that you? It's me, Lena, remember? I was dating your brother back on Terrace.
Lena? What are you doing here? Where's Griff?
I'm just passing through. Griff and I broke up a few months after we left Terrace together. Probably for the best. Your brother can be charming, Mission, but he's bad news.
Don't you start trashing my brother, you cantina rat. Take that back or I'll smack you so hard your head tails will pop off.
They're not called head tails.
What's wrong with you? Why are you acting this way?
Took her brother away and left her all alone on Taurus.
You've got your facts a little backwards. Mission could have come with us if she wanted to. It was her choice to stay behind.
You liar! Griff told me that you didn't want his little sister tagging along. That's why he had to leave me behind.
Is that what the Hutt spawn told you? I wanted you to come with us, Mission. I even offered to pay for your ticket. Why not? I paid for everything else while I was with that freeloader. But he told me you didn't want to leave Terrace. I said we shouldn't even go then. But he said we'd come back and get you after we struck it rich on Tatooine. Just another one of his lies.
No, you're the one who's lying. Griff wouldn't... He wouldn't try to leave me behind.
Should we believe you, Lena? Maybe you thought you were better off on Taurus, Mission.
Think about it. If Griff wasn't trying to ditch you, Mission, then why didn't he tell you where we were going? After we left Terrace, he told me looking after you was holding him back. Griff's always looking to blame other people for his own problems. That's why he abandoned you. He did the same thing to me, too. As soon as I ran out of money, he started blaming me for all of his problems. Like it's my fault his get-rich-quick schemes never work out.
I'd like to hear Griff's side of things before I judge him.
Hey, if you want to talk to Griff, go ahead. Last I heard, he was going to make a fortune working the Zerka Corp mines on Tatooine. But as far as I'm concerned, he's out of my life forever.
Griff's better off without you anyway, you table-dancing, brother-stealing home wrecker.
I guess that's my cue to leave then. I didn't mean to upset you, Mission. But one day you'll see I'm right about your brother. I only hope it's not too late by then.
Yeah, Mission, you didn't have to come out the gate swinging like that, but, like... Eesh. Finding all the drama. All of it. Whew. Alright. Tatooine it is. Oh, Griff, you are certainly fucking, well, fucked. Alright, so I better take Bastila and Mission with me.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to
You
serve.
fuckers
After some
again.
formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of
Son
100
of a
credits
bitch.
because of this.
What do I get for my 100 credits? What if I don't have the money?
That would be unfortunate. Zerka Corporation can't afford to extend credit. Everyone pays. That's the rule.
There. What do I get from my 100 credits?
The immediate benefit is access to these very docking facilities. This is the only port in Anchorhead. Once you've paid, we will offer trade services as well. We're not unreasonable. We just want to cover expenses.
I don't need to pay the
You
fee.
know, I don't think you need to pay the fee. We'll let it go this time.
Well, that was easy. I sure wish I had special mind-affecting force powers.
This will cover any future landings as well.
I will
It's like
teach
a
you, Mission.
registration.
You will be my
So we can
Padawan.
serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure?
Give me some background on Tatooine.
There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, past its prime. Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look.
I believe it's in the last episode I mentioned that this planet has like some of the best Legends lore. It's because like this whole planet used to be a lush garden world, and it had a dominant species, and it was neither the Sand People nor the Jawas. And they were part of the uprising. I think they were like one of the first to rise up against the Infinite Empire, the Rakatan Empire, and the Rakata glassed the fucking world, trying to make an example out of them. Like they destroyed everything. It's why even like the metal mine on Tatooine is shit. Like, that's why people keep coming back in each generation. Corporations will buy mineral rights to the planet, find out the metal just does not work. It just deteriorates at an unnaturally fast rate. It's all just shit. And then they will like leave, wait it out, sell the rights to a new company who doesn't know any better. Rinse, wash, or rinse and repeat, you know. And it's because of like the way that the Rakata glassed this planet that it's all like that. The Jawas and Sand people are actually both descended from the inhabitants of this world. They just had divergent evolution, just when if I remember correctly, because convergent evolution is when two different lines kind of end up at the same place. And divergent is where one line splits off and becomes two different things. I guess it's kind of like dogs from wolves, but that also had a lot of human hands on it, so that's different. Anyways. They, sorry about that. Anyways, I'm pretty sure they hid in caves and shit, and that's how they survived. They lived underground for like decades. finally came back out and immediately went to war with each other. Tell me about Zerka Corporation's operations here.
I can't really get into that. It hasn't been a very smooth operation. I shouldn't get into it.
Come now, friend, let me in on the details.
No, it's common knowledge, so there's no harm in telling you. It's a tale of bad business. You see, Zerka Corporation staked their claim to this planet based on some very promising geological surveys. Unfortunately, that information was incorrect, and possibly even an attempt at sabotage by a rival company.
Oh. Speak of the fucking devil. Zerka Corporation set up shop on a barren planet.
Not totally barren. There were a few good years of mining, and limited operations are still in place. But the ore is flawed. It has peculiar properties. They've had to look at other forms of business.
What do you mean when you say the ore is peculiar?
Zerka Corporation has really tried to hide this, but it just seems that Tatooine metal is unfit for effective manufacturing. I would imagine that this outpost will eventually be abandoned. Nobody is making any money here. Of course, this rock may have been settled a few times, so look for some other company to get stuck with it.
What forms of business are being looked at around here?
Pursuits that appeal to the casual traveler. There are some fearsome native species that provide exciting hunting. There are also lengthy, barren wastes that serve as fine soup tracks. Attracting business has been slow, however.
What is known about the history of the planet?
Very little. There are hints that it might once have been a lush world, but I can't picture it as anything but a desert. Native sentient species have no records going back that far. That was hundreds of years ago, maybe thousands. Of course, the native species are not very willing to tell anyone anything. They're barely more than animals.
What species do you mean?
The Sand People. They're vicious and attack outsiders on sight. More animal than anything, really. Maybe they know the history of Tatooine. Maybe they don't. Impossible to tell. They won't cooperate.
Have you had any trouble with the Sand People?
Not personally, but they've given Zerka Corporation a rough time. It's hard enough mining this rock without suffering random attacks. I think the company has even put a bounty on them, but I'm sure not going to try for it.
Where can I get information about jobs like that?
It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in the central anchorhead. While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza in his lodge, just north of them. I suppose you could also take up swoop racing. Talk to the hut at the registration office by the track. That's in West Anchorhead. I can't say I know which of these jobs is the most dangerous. I stay away from all of them.
It's another creature that's very different in Legends and this game and other games and in canon. Because it does appear in canon. Fucking crate dragons. Those fuckers look different everywhere. Give me some background on that.
There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime. Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look.
Didn't he already say all that? Where should a person look for opportunity?
It depends on what level of risk.
Looking for very specific things, who should I ask?
That's not much information. Could you tell me more?
Looking for older things, antiques, artifacts. I'm looking for a star map, very old, very complex. Older things,
You a
antiques,
digger?
artifacts.
I've heard of ruins being found now and then, but they've always been stripped by sand people soon after. You're not going to get anywhere with them. I guess you could ask around, but I doubt you'll learn anything different. You could always ask a Jawa. It's hard to tell what they know.
Only pay good paying work. What is
It
everything?
depends on what
Okay, same fucking thing. We're
there
on Tatooine. Operations here. Mystery of the planet. Species do you mean? Any other sentient races?
The Jawas are scavengers, and a bit primitive. Hard to understand. They have an affinity for droids. Some of our scientists believe that they may not be native to the planet, but how they got here, they may not even know. As I said, they're hard to understand. They usually end up slaves to the Sand People. They aren't fighters. Good traders,
Tell that
though.
fuck. Tell that to Din Djarin.
They... You see...
Mystery of the planet. What do you mean? What about the City Bank Cat? How
The
old is
site
it?
is quite old. From the look of it, it's been settled before. Circa Corporation claimed it only a few decades ago.
What was here before?
Some other corporation that went under, probably. Not a lot of records are kept about backwater places like this.
My other questions. Actually, I really need to get going.
As you wish. If you need anything else, I'll be here.
Thank you. I think I learned a lot. Alright, ladies, let's go get your missions done. Metunanju. Who that? Juice. Turn it, you Gundafaska. Customers are talking. That's better. Hello, customer. Buy from Mictunan Juice. Save something. Yes, save, because you never know when situations turn all around. Look at Zerka. We hear, well, things are not well in Outpost Kashyyyk. We're sure you know. Damn right. I want to ask you a few questions. You're here to serve. What do you need to know? I want to ask about you. Tunan Juice is just a humble merchant from the Rim. What would you wish to know about we? Where do you come from? You couldn't say it and don't have the ears for it. Two voices create the name and 4 years hear the true sound. We suppose the trade lanes have had to call us something. One mouth the word is Sorgus, far off the Perlamian trade route. It's an unimportant stop, we admit. We live for a life of trade because we are strong and a good talker. We have done well. Are you one creature or two? You are pardoned for asking because you only know one mind, or at least only one at a time. We are one now, but weren't always. We grow together, bonded from the age of choosing when we become whole. Not like you. You are half of what you should be, like Brood Squealer. Or not that we would want to offend you. We don't want to lose any business. That is just our way as Perduan. The other half doesn't say much. Just because you can't hear it doesn't mean it isn't there. Let's go back to my other questions. No. Do you know anything about Tatooine? Not as much as we should. If we knew more, we would have better business. Travelers like us best. Settlers don't have much to trade. We don't travel far on Tatooine itself, you see. The weather is not like our home. Too dry. Way too dry. Who would I ask to get more information? Always trust the locals, even if they don't trust you. They're the ones that really know what's going on. That's true in any world. Let's get back to my other questions. Heard any off-world rumors? Just what everyone else talks about. Taurus and the Sith, the stirring of change. Could be good for business, could be bad for business. And that we know is that wise people keep low and stay out of the way. all that we know. Something is always some. Jesus Christ, help me. Something to always remind your other half, or if you have one. Let's go back to questions. Oh, here. Alright, I have to go now. We wait for your return. Anyone with credits is always welcome. He looks fucking high. Oh, I stole. Hello there, Captain. Let's see. Ah, yes, here it is. Looks like the shipment has been delivered to your ship as requested. Alright, what shipment was that again? Let me see. Document 32, check. Crate 42B7, check. Manifest list. Life form Gizka. Everything seems to be in order. Oh no. Excuse me, did you say Gizka? It says right here on the manifest, you ordered a crate of Gizka to be delivered to document 32. That's right here. I need your thumbprint further. Wait a second, where did the data pool go? Nothing's ever organized around here. At any rate, the Giz carry yours. One of the loaders said the crate split open once you put it in your hold. Some of the critters might have gotten loose. That happens, I'm afraid. We don't accept liability, and we certainly couldn't take the cargo back. Enjoy. You son of a bitch! What did you unleash on my ship?
Leave me be. If I don't get these converters working, I lose my job.
I will go check on what the fuck a Gizka is later. Oh look, a Bronto. I want one. Human woman, I am outraged at her arrogance. You, do all of your species place yourselves on such annoying pedestals? I'm sorry? What are you talking about? You should be sorry for sharing a species with that creature. I swear, Helena must be your word for pit rancor. Helena? That's, isn't that your mother's name?
My mother was supposed to be here somewhere. Ask if they've seen her.
Seen her? Human, you couldn't miss her if you tried. She strolled into the cantina like she owned the place. Is she still there? Probably. I don't think anyone else could top her attitude, so she won't be leaving. Won't be going back while she's there, though.
We should try to find her. I doubt she wants to be kept waiting.
You're actually looking for her? You humans, you're all out of your minds. Probably. Just a little bit. Taking that. Thank you. Circa office. I'll be hearing about this, you Circa puppet. I'm not going to let this drop. You can't just murder a whole village. Don't tell me to take my concerns to your corporate kiosk. I know when I'm not wanted. What's going on here? Who are you? I'm done talking in this office. They aren't interested in listening to me. I doubt they will even acknowledge I was here. Typical corporate evasion. That's what happens when they own everything. No accountability. Don't even bother bringing it up. Well, care to
Can I help you?
explain?
These are the offices of the Zerka Corporation. I trust you have business with the company. If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses.
What? I want to ask about hunting licenses.
As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is.
Why would I need a license anyway?
We use them to ensure that only people judged fit by Zerka Corporation are allowed outside the city. We don't allow casual exploration because of legal concerns. Zerka Corporation takes no responsibility for loss of life on the dunes. It's just so we can keep track of people. No one leaves the city without a Zerka hunting license.
You son of a bitch. There's no way to get a license.
Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's similar to hunting. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sand crawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains.
Why pay for gaffy sticks? Why not their heads?
Which would you rather have dumped on your office floor? Besides, they're ceremonial weapons, unique to each warrior. It's just as good.
I don't even know that. If you guys can't talk to them, how do you know anything about their culture? I will agree to do this. I don't want to do
Then
this.
you are free to leave the city just like everyone else.
Free
Zerka
to not
Corporation
leave the
will
city.
welcome your eventual change of mind. Please feel free to enjoy the door behind you.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Greetings
Fine.
again from the offices of Zerka
If I remember
Corporation.
correctly, I can
Is this
cheat my
about
way out of this
bounties or-
shit. What the hell? There we go. Is this about bounties or something else? Looking for a miner named Griff.
Griff? There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Zerka Corporation payroll.
You want to tell me about Griff?
Can you spare me a few moments? I have something I want to get off my chest. I want to tell you about one of our workers. His name was Griff. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Zerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it.
Yes, that sounds like him.
We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him.
Oh shit. The Sand People?
He was lost in a Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Zerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances.
So your workers are all expendable?
Zerka Corporation cares deeply for all of its employees. That's why we've started a bounty program to thin the Sand People numbers. We didn't find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job.
Is there some kind of reward for some type of reward for
As
saving
I
him?
said, all employees have signed waivers absolving Zerka Corporation of any financial liability if this occurs. It is the industry standard. I suppose you could apply for special dispensation from the Zerka Corporation representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please.
Never mind, I want to ask you about something else.
Very well, though I do have work to get back to.
I want to ask about Zerka Corporation.
Of course. Zerka Corporation records are available at our representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours, please. For your needs here, we maintain a fully stocked storehouse. Speak with Greta Holda about any purchases.
I want to ask about your activities on Kashyyyk.
I'm sorry, but day-to-day operations of Zerka Corporation outposts are fully regionalized. I have no information on Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk. It's very convenient if one branch is charged with misconduct.
I'm sorry. I'll have to direct you to our representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please.
Stop saying that! May I ask how your operations here on Tatooine are doing?
Certainly. Please pose your questions to the representative kiosk on Coruscant.
Oh
Business hours,
my.
please.
I'm about to fight you. Why the secrets? The company stuck you here.
I
Tell
suppose
me.
you're right. It's not like you can't tell the state of things just by looking around. Mining operations here have not been a success. The ore is substandard, and there's less of it than surveys indicated. With the Sand People raids on top of it all, it's no wonder this planet has been abandoned before.
What makes the ore substandard?
No one knows. There are odd energy fluctuations on this planet, but they defy analysis or explanation. But the effect is obvious. Ore taken from Tatooine is useless for construction. It degrades incredibly fast. Word is getting out about it too. We're running out of buyers. Zerka Corporation is not doing well here.
Does this mean you have plans to pull out?
The company would be foolish to stay. It will be costly, but in the end, leaving will be cheaper than staying. I imagine all the heavy equipment will be abandoned. It's not worth shipping out things like sand crawlers. Maybe the Jawas will find a use for them when we're gone. That's a laugh.
This is the beginning of it, huh? What do you mean the planet was abandoned before?
We can't ignore evidence that Anchorhead was settled more than once before, and abandoned each time. There's probably a century between each attempt, just long enough for records about why it failed to disappear. The Jawas scavenge ancient tech all the time. It's a remote world. Who knows what's here?
Let's go back to my first question.
Very well, though I do have work to get back to.
Anything out of the ordinary happening?
I assume that by out of the ordinary, you're referring to the destruction of Terrace? That is all anyone is talking about. I'm afraid Zerka Corporation is not offering any comment on those events. We wouldn't wish to anger the participants.
Know about anything more local? No desire to mistakenly associate the losing side.
Zerka Corporation policy is not subject to your approval. It is a sound business model. Save us your commentary.
It is subject to public opinion, and I am part of public. Now, whether you acknowledge public opinion, like, that's entirely on you, but you can't just say, you don't get an opinion. I do. I do, actually. If I exist and think, I get an opinion on something. Know about anything more local?
If you're looking for local events, I suggest you go to the Swoop Track, one of the few leisure industries on Tatooine. There was also a Jawa here earlier, saying something about needing help. I think he's out by the city gates. I can't be more specific about what he wanted. Our droid translators had difficulty with the message.
So back to my first questions.
Very well, though I do have work to get back to.
I will agree to your mission.
As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are...
Been a lot of people leaving the city?
With the downturn in mining, people want any chance at credits they can get. Most wouldn't survive a day, let alone qualify as hunters. The last license issued before the ban was given to a woman named Marlena Venn. She'll do fine. She had a mean streak a parsec wide. She also paid double. Exceptions like this are rare, unless it suits the company to offer them.
What was it you wanted me to do for a license?
The Sand People are becoming a problem. It's as if their chieftain has decided... If you...
We'll agree to do this for you.
Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Zerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sand crawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them.
I'll go get to it then.
Very good. Zerka Corporation looks forward to your future business.
Rita, hold up. Yes, what is it? This is about mining or sand fuel. You go to the Zerka officers. I just managed a storehouse. Hold on. I'm gonna end the episode here rather than continue on with the talking. You guys can see more of my yapping next time. Until then, bye.